Okay, we are approaching our private Nürburgring, and I see up ahead a big truck. No, he's turning left. Maybe. We are going past Lomas Santa Fe Golf Course. Beautiful place. Very privileged to live around the confines here. And no, he's not turning left. It was just a feint. No, he is turning left. Is he? Is he not? Is he? Could be. Doesn't matter. There's cars ahead of us anyway. But why do I like this road, and why do I want to give it a run right now, is because it is twisties. It is the twisties, a little tighter and a little slower speeds. So that's why I like it. Must say the Aprilia, Larry Lightning, if that's what we're going to call him, is got nice low-speed manners. Not all machines do. Nice low-speed manners. And when you can get stuck out in traffic here in SoCal, that's a pretty good deal, because a lot of times you're just creeping along. Okay. Entering our twisty bits. Twisty turny bits. Still enjoying that toe peg position a lot. Still think it's pretty cool. I don't think I'll be changing it. I don't think I'll be putting it down or up. So we're sticking with that. We're also sticking behind a pack of cars going through our twisty bits. But hey, we are alive to ride. There it is, Rancho Santa Fe over to my right. I hope you can catch at least a glimpse of that. We'll go behind these cagers, as motorcyclists refer to car drivers. And I guess I should be thankful that they're quite likely to keep us from doing anything extremely stupid. We can still do stupid stuff. We just can't be extreme about it. And Larry seems to fall into the curves very nicely. Rolls along where you point it. Now I have to check on weights, comparable weights to the 2017. Now I took off a fair amount of weight on that 2017 with the exhaust and a couple other delete items. So it would have ended up lighter. I never did weigh it, but I think the brochure states that this machine is lighter than the previous gen, the just previous gen, which was 2017 through 2090, if I'm correct, as regards the Tuono. So it feels very nice. Does it feel flooded? It feels very nice, flooded. Don't see any flooding here. Okay, but such is the life of a motorcycle madman, and that is that you do run across these situations and you say, flooded? Where is that, perchance? And as per usual, oh dear, I shouldn't have done that. I guess I gotta let them go. After all, people have to get where they're going too. It isn't all about us. It should be, but it's not. So, I should mention it's about 78 or 79 degrees. I'll print the Celsius centigrade for you mad metric people. Why you would go with a metric system, I'll never know. Why would you want to divide everything by 10? Just doesn't make sense. But it's a very nice day, because it is not that hot in the sun, particularly when riding, getting a nice cooling breeze. But when you stop, the sun in San Diego this time of year is pretty intense. Now I got stuck behind a timid driver earlier, and unfortunately we've done it again. And even though I try to slow down and stay way off this person's bumper, idling, I almost catch up to them. Whoa! That's the reason you don't go over the line. Now, why they drive huge trucks around roads like this? Go ahead, admit. To me, that's kind of a, when I see those things come by, I go like, that's kind of a heart-stopping moment. You go, whoa, geez, that's big. So, never, ever, ever, let me repeat, never, ever go over the dividing line on a narrow, twisty road that you cannot see around the end of. It is heavily discouraged. You hit something like that, it is not going to be good. So still liking Tony here. We're about, in these weather conditions and rolling along, we're about halfway across the bar graph on temp. This is 20 miles an hour. Normally we'd go through quicker than that. Oh no, this person, all right. They are going to keep at it. Gosh, we did that at 30 some odd miles an hour. Wow. Not, again, from recollection, OEM trim, I don't think it runs quite as hot as the 2017 did, which ran remarkably cooler once I put the aftermarket exhaust and race software in it. Oh, here's a nice little surprise. Let's just dump this load of trash in the center of the road, and motorcyclists won't have a problem with that. Again, nice low-speed manners here. And again, OEM throttle mapping, in my experience, is not too bad. It seems to be smooth enough on the uptake. We're not going that way, we are going this way. I love to look at myself in now admit it, how many of you riders out there look at yourself in the mirror like this as you go by? Oh yeah, because we just know we look cool. That gas station sells aviation grade unleaded gasoline, so if you really are planning a track day, or after you put a race map in and you want to crank on it a little bit, that's a great oh, still got my turn signal on. So see guys, I don't think it self-cancels. That's a great place to go to for that, for a price, of course, approaching $10 a gallon. I forget what their octane rating is, but it's in the high 90s, low 100s, per my recollection. Whoa! So I'm not going to turn on the turn signal here because there ain't nobody behind me, but this is a tricky little get out there and go part because cars come from around that corner. So, yeah, and you have to, it's a little more than a 90-degree turn. I'm going to say it's probably like a 100-degree, 110 OEM mapping. And to my sensitivity and feeling, it's okay. Even down here in first gear where you get these abrupt shutoffs, the engine braking doesn't seem too severe to me. I'm not for the street. I'm not crazy about a lot of engine braking. I don't like it to chop and really throw you forward, but I'm going to give Aprilia some props for apparently mapping out a pretty good throttle system, throttle and fueling system, throttle fueling air system, because it does feel good. Alright, so now perhaps we can get around this feller. He's going to stay out there. We're going to go around this way. A little dust on the road here. Not crazy about that. Probably coming from our friend up ahead. And we'll get this guy on the next light here. Down into first gear. Nice. Okay, we got them both. When you ride in an area and you're familiar with it, this guy has not looked at me once when he's sitting there. So you got to watch that. Where are the driver's eyeballs? Are they seeing you or are they running away from you? So when you ride in an area and you're familiar with it, you should also familiarize yourself with potential hazards and riding situations through the year. That is, are there a lot of small street entries coming into that point? Are they abrupt? Do they have good sight lines down the road? Is there dust that is liable to be dropped? Just really liking that throttle upward. That sort of thing. And riding my little route here, my private Nürburgrings, I do know them fairly well. I don't know them. One should never say to oneself that I know everything about it and therefore I know where I can absolutely pin the throttle and where I cannot. There's always an element of surprise that's out there, like that big trash bag I saw on the road earlier. You run into that and it's in the middle of the road around a curve, you are more than likely going down. And the fact that it's just laying out there, that's a huge sin on the part of the workers that dropped it, but they may not even know they dropped it. So that's my comment. Know your roads and study them and think about them as a rider, not a car driver. Okay, temperature is still about middle condition, and we've been running, I would say, 30 through 60, 70 miles an hour. You may know better than I do because I don't generally glance down when I'm riding. But liking it. Now, the next little experiment I have to try here is, will my transponder work on the entrance gates at my private Wistful Vistas? And we are going to check that out in a matter of minutes, maybe a matter of a minute. We have to have a gate opening transponder, which I just remembered I have to pay for. Haven't paid for it yet. I hope that doesn't mean it's not going to work. But you get a gate opening transponder and you can go through the gates that don't have a person there to watch over us poor sheep. And we are going to try it right now. I always like to glance back when I'm making a right turn on a motorcycle to see if there's anybody closely following me. And you're turning in a road that not many people take. I always like to take a look at that. Let's see if this picks us up. If not, I'm going to have an awkward moment. Ooh, it worked. Ah, it worked. So among our other accomplishments today, rejoice. The gate transponder works, so I can come and go as a free citizen of Wistful Vistas here in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. Okay, that's a ride. What did we accomplish today? 1, we checked the foot brake position and it was awesome. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep it where it is. 2, we checked the gate transponder. Worked great. So I'm now free to come and go as I please. Thank you very much. 3, we tried and specifically talked about the throttle mapping, and I think OEM throttle mapping has been very good. And 4, finally, on this particular ride anyway, the heating or tendency to overheat situation. Now, I did not stay stuck at a stop for any lengthy period of time, and I can feel some heat coming off the middle of the motorcycle, but that 4th item, the heat, right now seems to be better handled than it was in my previous gen as originally issued. Okay, hope you enjoyed the ride. I am just going to trundle on back to Wistful Vistas and reflect on how nice it is out here to be riding Tony's son, Larry. Talk to you all later. Take care. If you're a rider, ride safe out there.